4, 3, 2, 1. Yo, 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 yo,
what's going on, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up?
Welcome to a little thing that we call the Cipher.
The Cipher, man.
I'm your man, Marcus the Kid Warner. With me is my man, Muff. How are you doing today, son?
Doing great, man. Doing great, man. I'm chilling, man. You know, looking forward to a lot of things. You know, one of the things I want to speak on, too, man.
Speak on it.
Yo, how is it that Jay-Z gonna go ahead and sign my man up and don't tell me?
What's your man? Not
Jay Electronica,
Not Jay
man.
Electronica.
Jay Electronica now is on the Rock Nation. Wow.
I know, that's a little crazy.
Is bananas, man.
But you know,
bananas.
Jay's no dummy. He knows talent when he sees it.
He does know talent, man. And like I said, I was speaking with my cousin recently about that situation. And I know that the Ghost of Christopher One, this is before we actually get into the meat of what we're doing today, because we're actually going to be reviewing our favorite MC today.
KRS-One.
His collaboration with True Master, one of the in-house Wu-Tang producers. But not to go too far in the Jay Electronica issue, the issue is that you know that last year he was dealing with Puffy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They
My
made
man P. Diddy.
in fact, not even last year. This summer, they made the Ghost of Christopher Wallace, and it was a dope track.
Did you just do this?
I did do that.
Okay, I was just checking. All right, go ahead. Goes to Christopher Wallace,
Bishop Eddie Long either, guys.
Which was very dope, by the way.
Digress. But
that was
you know, that's another thing too. You don't say no homo.
You don't say no homo?
You say no Bishop Eddie Long.
No Bishop Eddie Long. I got it. Hold on a second. No Bishop Eddie Long. Anyway, man, okay, all right. So it goes to Christopher Wallace.
Yo, man, here's the thing, though, man. You know, I've been talking to years, y'all. Well, yeah, for us, I've been talking to years about Jay Electronica.
Yes.
For now, anybody knew who he was, screaming at the top of my lungs for anybody that would listen.
Mm-hmm.
Now, one of my biggest fears, even though that track with Puffy was dope, was that he would go with Puffy. I'm like, well, if you look at Puffy's track record, you know, the band, Danity Kane, the Locks.
He knows how to make money.
His own shit, stuff. His own stuff. He don't even come on. He do himself wrong, Puffy, sometimes.
Right.
Last year the parents should have been out about a year ago. he be jerking himself. So you know he gonna jerk Jay Electronica.
Right.
The Electronica, he know though. He know what's going on. You go to Jay-Z.
This is no longer a family segment. All right, continue.
I'm over here cursing. I forget. We try to stay away from.
But it's the internet, so who cares? Go ahead.
You know, well, at any rate. Going forward, though, props to Jay Electronica. Signing with Jay-Z. It's a great move as far as you trying to grow your mass appeal. Mm-hmm. And based on the fact that Jay-Z is going to have access to producers like you got your Kanye West himself, you got Just Blade, just keep it going.
Keep it going.
It works, man.
What?
You know. So anyways, that's a great move for Jay Electronica in my eyes.
Great move for Jay-Z.
But who are we talking about?
We're talking about KRS-One today. We're talking about his new joint, Meta-Historical. But before we get into that, I want to let everybody know, first of all, I want to thank everybody for checking us out.
Thank you.
Even though we be a little bit crazy sometimes, I want to thank everybody for giving us a lot of love on the internet, on YouTube, on our Gmail. And they can reach us on our email at kidandmuff or kidandmuff44@gmail.com. They can also reach us on Facebook. At Cipher Crew.
Yep.
That's Cipher Crew and kidandmuff44@gmail.com.
Yes.
And speaking of which, somebody actually sent us a pretty dope suggestion. My man Morton Marstel, and if I said your name wrong, I apologize. Apologize if I said your name wrong, but he actually sent us a pretty dope suggestion. He suggested we do the Kanye West album or a review of the Kanye West album, which we're already planning on doing. Right. But he also suggested that we do a favorite top 10 albums, which we are also planning on doing, but he put a little twist on it and said, why don't you do the top 10 favorite albums of the 90s and 2000s? And I thought that was dope.
Yeah, you know what's cool about doing albums as opposed to doing MCs is that, like, the thing about getting your dopest MCs that you can go all over the place. Like, you get cats that, you even put out that Talib Kweli was one of your best of all time, which is fine.
Yes, sir.
But the criteria is so broad.
Yeah.
What are we talking about? We didn't really clearly define, in my opinion, the criteria for us picking our dope MCs, which is fine. But albums, by default, you put you right in there. What are the best albums? You know what it is. It's no like, well, what do you mean by best? No. What is the best albums during that time? I
don't know. I kind of disagree with you there, Muff. Okay. Because like albums can be like for whatever time in your life that might be. Like for instance, we always argue about Das EFX and the fact that Dead Serious. Look, I'm not going to get too deep into it.
Das EFX, man. That better not be in your top 10.
No. But listen.
Right.
I mean, it could be just in that time of your life. That could be a really hot album that you were listening to constantly just because you might be going through a thing.
Bottom line, if you rate it as just simply being dope, then Das wouldn't qualify. So then that is that.
Anyway, I'm not going to get into it right now because we're on.
We had a passionate debate about that, didn't we?
Yes, we did have a passionate debate on it, which I'm not going to get into right now. So y'all got something. When we get into that,
Das EFX, whether or not that was a classic album. What was that? The Sewer. I'm not trying to diss Das EFX. I'm not trying to diggity Das.
He's not trying to.
All right.
Anyways, Dead Serious is the name of the album. Anyway, but thanks anyway to everybody out there listening. We got a lot of stuff coming. Keep your suggestions coming. Keep on sending us your own music and everything. We're going to be reviewing all of that stuff. So please. And as a matter of fact, keep on sending your suggestions, your opinion of us. And we've been getting a lot of negative opinions too. Keep on sending those too.
Please,
because as long as y'all are passionate about hip-hop, love us or hate us, as long as you're passionate about hip-hop, we love them. Keep it coming. Keep it coming.
That's
right. Anyway, all that aside, let's get into what we were talking about. The new joint from KRS-One
and True Master. That's what's up.
What'd you think of it? What was your first impression?
In theory, you look at it going in like, oh man, really? KRS-One over True Master beats? Wow. Yeah. That could be nasty. You know what I mean? So, you look at your best MCs, and the first thing you think about with some of your favorite MCs is how they would sound over certain beats. Okay? And I never thought about KRS-One over True Master until it came out, right? All right. So, be it that he produces a lot of those Wu-Tang-esque type beats, which are very kind of very grimy, you know what I mean? Almost purposely underproduced like a lot of Wu-Tang material is. Right. KRS-One, with his delivery and flow, it should work. Now, let me get to the point of it now, and I'll back up and tell you why. I would say if we were doing this out of, say, 5 stars, I'd give it a 3.
Okay.
2.5, 3. Reason being is because True Master's beats are really hit and miss on this album. The name of the album is called Meta Historical, by the way. And I know you told me I wasn't. At any rate, his beats are pretty much hit or miss. Now, it starts out great, right?
Right.
The interludes are off the train. Am I correct on that?
The interludes almost make the album for me, but I'll let you go ahead.
Yeah, and but the first track on there, Murder Ya, he murders the track.
He murders ya.
That is crazy. It's bananas. And there's a couple of other tracks in there that are pretty solid, but overall, I thought that some of those beats that True Master put out there wasn't able to keep up with Chris. That's just my opinion.
Right.
And I think that Chris kind of overwhelmed those beats.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I look forward to KRS-One going with Premier when a new Premier KRS-One project comes out. Now,
you can't go wrong with that.
You can't go. I don't care. You can, even if it's whack. I'm gonna say it's dope. Just on GP, it can be whack. It ain't whack. You talking about? I won't admit it. I will not admit it.
You going straight Republican on that one?
Listen.
You going straight Republican? Straight Republican
that,
George Bush on KRS Premier.
Listen. I'm be Carl Palladino. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be the rent is too damn high, man. You can hear it? Y'all listen like me. That's KRS-One in the Premier.
Why?
Because the rent is too damn high. In fact, that might buy one of them masks and shit stuff. Okay. At any rate, no. But getting back to KRS-One,
yes,
I did. I thought the tracks were pretty much hit or miss. Lyrically, he stays on point. I mean, because that's what he does. And it's rare when you hear a KRS-One track and lyrically it's pedestrian. I mean, it's always dope. But it's whether or not the beat can keep up with KRS. And some of that is a function of KRS-One himself because he doesn't always pick the right beats for his album.
Right.
Spiritual minded.
Oh my Lord! He just. I'm sorry.
You know, come on, Chris, man. You know.
Chris, you know the good thing about Chris, about KRS-One is that he's had a couple.
He should know better. He should know better.
KRS-One, he's had a couple. I don't want to say stinkers out there, but yeah, he's had a couple swings and misses out there. But if you look at his whole body of work, Chris is still one of the MCs out there that he is that dude. He has so many albums out there. I mean, yeah, you can put a couple whack albums out there, and
well, he can afford to do that. He can afford it. Listen, bottom line, it's like this: Jordan could afford to play for the Wizards and not ruin his legacy. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's what this is. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, because KRS-One is still that one MC that reminds young cats you're not where you think you are.
Exactly.
That's what KRS-One
I think he may have actually said that in this album.
You're not. You say you're dope. You ain't heard. Let me remind you that you are not as good as you think you are.
Right. And the thing,
swag and all.
Yeah, and the thing is, KRS-One actually does bring it, and just like Muff, I definitely concur with you on this one. He kind of is his own worst enemy when it comes to his beat selection. He totally overpowers the beats on this one. I mean, and it's not that the beats are not good. The beats are good.
I'm not even gonna don't work, right?
Yeah, they're solid. They just don't work. The beats left me wanting a little bit more. And just KRS-One style, because he switches up so much and he's so dynamic with his lyrical flow and what he's saying. I mean, you want the beats to be able to follow that, and they don't on this project.
Yeah.
And that left me wanting. But the thing that impressed me a lot about this album, and what I really enjoyed about this album, is because it was so enlightening. I mean, it's almost like you're sitting there at a lecture or something like that, and KRS-One is preaching to you, and almost that him overpowering the beats makes you listen to his beats a little, or listen to his lyrics a little bit more, and so the information gets to you a little bit more on this one, and that's what kept me a little bit more focused on the lyrics.
It's funny you say, come on, now that I'm thinking about it, and some of the beats say that missed on the album would have been better served with guys like, look at Wu-Tang's Camp, the Hellraiser, Sons of Man, Shaheen the Rugged Child, Killer Army. Cats like that will probably sound better on some of those tracks than Chris does.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just because of their style works better with that.
Yeah.
But like I said, like you said, KRS-One is a dynamic. If there's ever been a dynamic MC, it would be KRS-One. That's the definition. KRS is dynamic. Because even if you look at the first track, Murder Ya, on there, he flips that reggaeton type style without sounding whack. And people who don't understand who KRS-One is, he's one of the first MCs. He used to rip it like that straight up. Am I correct on that?
No, you are correct. Back in the 80s, he used to do that. Back in the 80s into the 90s, he used to do that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and like we were saying before, with when we were talking about our favorite MCs, he's both mine and Muff's #1 MC. And he was the one who actually started doing that. Instead of just saying, hey, look, I got so many styles, he was the first MC to actually switch up styles in the middle of a track or a verse.
Yeah, pretty much, man. So
he is that dude. But I do agree with you. You give it 3?
I'd say 3. Yeah, I'm gonna give it. If it wasn't KRS-One, I'd give it 2.5. But it's Chris. Now respect Chris. 3.
You know what? I want to give it 3.5. But I'm gonna have to go with you, Muff, and give it about a 3. Very solid lyrically, just beat wise, just left me really wanting. But I would still tell anybody to actually pick up this project, give it a listen, give it a chance. Tell us what you think. Hit us up at kidandmuff44@gmail.com. Also hit us up on Facebook. Be a friend to us.
Please be a friend.
Yeah, but check us out. Check out True Master and KRS-One, and why? Because the Cipher said so, son.
Said so.
We're out of here. Peace. Hey, I got one more thing.
One
more quick thing. True Master, don't pick up the mic. Okay? Don't. Just.
That's why you almost got 2.5 stars.
Yeah. Don't pick up the mic. Okay.
All right. Peace.
All right. Peace.
All right. Okay.
The Cipher said so, son.
Here it is. This is it right here.